Hello to you. This is Jesse R. Johnson. This here is Islam, the only 1,405 years world war. This is a world war of Islam against the whole human race, and it is against the whole of humanity. A world war against the total human race once again, which has taken 270 to 280 million human lives, have crippled and maimed at least between 2 to 2.5 billion humans in a 1,400-year period of time. This is part 4. Please share and subscribe. This is part 4, and let's continue. Part 1 is 623 AD to 632 AD. Part 2 is 600s AD to 800s AD. Part 3 is 900s AD to 1200s AD. Part 4, of which this is, Part 4 is from 1300s AD to 600s AD. Part 5 is from 1700s AD to 1900s AD. And Part 6 is from 2000 AD to 2025 AD. Number 1, the Quran was written 150 years after the so-called Muhammad, who never existed, the Muslims' prophet who died. He never existed. Number 2, there is no historical, physical evidence, none whatsoever. Number 2, Al-Bukhari, 810 AD to 870 AD, 60 years, was the first hadith writer, and he wrote his hadiths 830 to 846 AD, 200 years after the non-existent Muhammad died. This is a false, Muhammad was a false narrative put into the true narrative. Al-Durikutni wrote his hadiths a maximum of 353 years after so-called Muhammad died, so-called, because he never existed. The hadiths were written 200 to 353 years after so-called Muhammad, who never died. It never happened. This is a false narrative put into the true narrative. Islam and world conquest. The over 780 wars, battles of Muslims in 1,400 years to subdue the humanity. 623 AD to 2025 AD. The raids, sieges, mass butcheries, mass genocides, mass murders, mass slaughters, tens of thousands of beheadings of children, and battles, wars, large and small, invasions, offensive-only attack, assassinations, expeditions, conquests, surges, campaigns, defeats, civil wars between Muslims themselves, revolts, massacres, disruptions, rebellions, sacks, and so on. Let's continue, please. The over 780 major wars and battles and over 200 minor wars and battles to subdue the whole of humanity over a 1,400 years time period. To force all humans to become Muslims and to accept the political ideology of Islam by force, sword, or death, starting with the slaughters, 80 to 120 rapes, mass murders, and 1,000 plus beheadings of Muhammad himself, who never in fact existed, but the wars, beheadings, and slaughters did exist, and his name was incorporated or injected into the reality. And along with his second, third, and fourth in command offensive attacks, never defensive. Let's continue, please. This is 1300 AD to 1399 AD, 1305. Khalji Empire conquers Kaj-Puntani. 1307, Morocco, Marinid Sultan is assassinated. 1308, Abu Thabit this is in Morocco, overthrown by Abuli Rabi Suleiman. 1309, Granada, which is in Spain, Mohammed III is overthrown. 1310, Quebec is overthrown. Along in that same year, Suleiman is overthrown. Alauddin conquers Deccan. 1312, Tunisia, Abul Bakr is overthrown. 1313, Khanate invades Syria. Mongols repulsed. 1314, Baltistan overthrows Sinha Diva. In that same year, Granada, Abu Jayush is overthrown. 1315, war between Bugik and Tunis. 1318, Malik Kukafu is assassinated. In that same year, Ishan Buga is overthrown. 1320, Mubarak is assassinated. Khalji Empire. Now, Khusro Khan is overthrown. 1327, Ottoman Turks captures Islamic. 1330, Abu Bakr overthrows Abu Imran. 1335, the Ilkhanate dissolves along with the Yuan Empire. Kanjita Khanate, Golden Hold, also dissolves. 1340, in the same year, 1335, 1340, Musavid Empire conquers Kerman. 1345, Iyaz captures Bengal. Let's continue, please. Let's continue. 1347, Marinids capture Tunisia. 1349, Zionids recapture Algeria. 1352, Marinids again capture Algeria. 1353, the Ilkhanate, that's an empire. The Ottomans acquires fortress of Tempra. Musavirids conquer Shiraz in the same year, 1853, 1354. Gallipoli is taken by Ottoman Turks, the first foothold in Europe. 1359, Abu Abbas revolts in Bugis. In the same year, Zayanids recapture Algeria. Granada, Spain, Muhammad V loses in Palace Revolution. 1361, the Ottomans, Murad conquers part of Thrace. 1362, 1382, which is a 20 years period, 14 rulers came to the throne. 1365, the Battle of Maritza. 1370, Tunisia, Abu Bakr overthrown by Abu Abbas. In the same year, Timur the Lame, 1370 to 1405, in power for 35 years, conquers the Middle East. 15 million people died over 40 years period along with the Timurid Empire. 1371, the Ottoman Empire, invasion of Bulgaria. 1380, Amur Timur conquers Kerushan and Herat at the Oxus. 1381, Amur Timur captures Qandhar. 1384, conquest of Astrabad, Mazandaran, and Sultaniya. 1386, Amur Timur Empire, Georgia is overthrown. 1389, the Ottoman Empire, Battle of Kosovo, control of Serbia. Let's continue, please. For the 1300s, 1390 AD, city of Mahdia is besieged by French crusaders. 1393, Amur Timur defeats Tiktamesh. In the same year, capture of Jalalajar dominions. Ottoman's empire brings Bulgaria under their control. 1394, capture of Jalalajar by Duke of Moscow. 1395, capture of Jalalajar and Toktamish, and razes Cyril to the ground. 1396, Battle of Nikopoli. In that same year, destruction of Surah of Amur Timur. 1398, invasion of India by Amur Timur Empire. 1399, the campaign in India and Syria by Amur Timur Empire. In total, 52 militant excursions, overthrows, depossessed leaders. assassinations, invasions, genocides, which is one of the only things Muslims know how to do to others, is commit genocide by wiping out their whole cities and towns, revolts, rebellions, campaigns, sieges, captures, overruns, blitzkriegs, acquisitions, etc. Let's go to the 1400s now. This is 1400 AD to 1499 AD. 1400 AD, Burji Mamluks lose Syria to Tamerlane. 1402, Battle of Ankara against the Ottoman Empire. In that same year, the Ottomans are defeated. 1419. Urim Fordin is assassinated. In that same year, Idigu is also assassinated. 1420, Daulat Berdi captures Serah. 1423, Barak defeats Daulat Berdi and takes Horde. 1424, Hafsid Muslims comes to power. 1427, V. Tardas Olug Mohammed and Daulat Berdi defeat and kill Barak. 1429, Hafsids attacks island of Malta and take 3,000 to 4,000 slaves. Muslims, their whole economy is built on human slavery. 1430, Abul Qair occupies War Rizima. And 1432, Hatsi I Giray conquers Crimea. 1437, Sayyid Ahmad I takes control of Horde. 1438, Ali Beg overthrown by Hamza. 1440, Hamza overthrown by Jaghangir. 1443, Skanderberg of Albania began campaign of success against the Turks Muslims. 1444, Battle of Varna. 1448, the Second Battle of Kosovo. Let's continue, please, for the 1400s AD. These are the battles and slaughters, genocides committed by Muslims against non-Muslims. Hold on, please. Hold on. Now, let's continue. 1449, Abul Qair captures Fort Ghana. 1453, the Ottomans capture Constantinople, May 29th. In that same year, the Ottomans conquer Byzantine. Europe recapture Constantinople. 1460, Turks Muslims occupy Greece 1460 to 1800, about 340 years, and controls it for about 340 years. 1462, Albania is annexed by the Ottomans. In that same year, Kazakh rebel against the Uzbeks. Mahmud II conquers Constantinople. Constantinople, 1464, Mahmud and the Turks conquer Bosnia. 1467, the Battle of Akko-Yunlu. 1468, the Ottoman Empire absorbs Albania. 1469, Battle of Karabakh. 1472, Sharif al-Jati overthrown. 1473, Mahmud II defeats Sultan Izun Hassan of the Battle of Otluk Beli. 1475, the Khanate of Crimea is conquered. In that same year, Venice is defeated. 1479, Khalil Hassan is overthrown. 1481, Said Ahmed II is overthrown. 1490, Abu Mumin is overthrown. 1492, Granada is captured by Spain. And the colonialization, 1498 to 1991, or 490 years. Once again, colonialization, 1498 to 1491, which is 490 years about, of Islamic empires by states of Europe. Let's see, what was that? colonialization of these empires by Europe. The Turkish Sultan welcomes Jews. That's a good one. Welcomes Jews into Istanbul who were expelled by Spain. Yeah, the Muslims welcoming Jews, probably to kill them. 1499, Shaybani Khan conquers Transoxana. The total, 39 battles, wars, captures, etc. In 100 years, the Ottoman fleet defeats Venetians. Also, there was the Battle of Zancchio in that 100-year period. And to continue, 1500s AD to 1599 AD. 1501, Safavid dynasty. These are Muslims. Founded Persian and Iran. 1501 to 1736, roughly 235 years it lasted. 1502, Golden Horn collapses into smaller khanates. 1504, Babur captures Kabul, Afghanistan for Mongol Empire. 1508, Kayunlu absorbed into the Safavids. 1511, Da al-Bukhariq conquers Malacca. In that same year, the fall of Malacca. 1512, Salim Yavuz, 1512 to 1520, 8 years it lasted, of Egypt. 1514, the Battle of Chaldiran, Ottomans defeat Safavids. 1515, Kazakhs conquer Kazakhstan. 1516, Battle of Dabik. Also in that year, Syria is conquered once again. Ottomans invade Egypt. 1517, the Battle of Ridaniye. Also in that same year, Mamluk rule ends with capture of Cairo by the Ottomans. Also in that year, Battle of Cairo, conquest of Egypt. 1521, Suleiman I conquers Belgrade via Hungary. 1522, Battle of the Knights Hospitaller. 1526, Battle of Panipat, Babur in Delhi, India, that is, the Mughal now in India. Battle of Hungarians, Battle of Mohawks. 1526 to 1526 to 1857, 331 years this lasted. Mongol Empire in India. 1527, the fall of the Majapahit Empire. Let's continue, please. Let's continue. Babur defeats Japut Confederacy in that same year. Battle of Kanwa. Also in that same year, Battle of Gangra. 1529, unsuccessful Ottoman siege of Vienna. 1530, the first Kazakh Civil War. 1534, Suleiman campaign against Safavid. Also in that same year, the conquest of Van, Baghdad, and Tabriz. 1538, Battle of Previsa. 1541, Suleiman I takes Budapest, that is. Let's see. 1543, Humayun overthrown by Sher Shah. 1547, the Turks Muslims occupy almost the whole of Hungary. 1550, the rise of Aceh Muslim kingdom in Sumatra. Also, Islam spreads to Java, Maluku Islands, and Borneo. 1552, Khanate of Kazan is conquered by Russia. 1555, civil war in India against Muslims. Also in that year, the battle at Sirhind. 1556, the second battle of Panipat against Himhu. And also in that year, Humayun dies and Akbar takes throne. 1565, the Ottomans defeated at Siege of Malta. Also, Battle of Talikota. 1566, Ottomans gain control of Aegean Islands. 1568, Morisco revolt against the Muslims. 1571, Ottomans defeated at Bat of Lepanto. 1574, Ottomans use Muslim pirates methods to control. Ottomans uses Muslim pirates methods to control North African coast. 1578, Battle of Akat Zar Quivir in Morocco. In that same year, Battle of the Three Kings, Portugal. In total, 50 battles, genocides, battled by Muslims in 78 years, slave armies of the Muslims to fight wars. Mecca goes under control of the Ottomans in the 1500s. Let's go now to the 1600s. Let's go now to the 1600s, 1600 AD to 1699 AD, 1603, Battle of Urmia. In that same year, Persia, or Iran that is, occupies Tibet and Mesopotamia. 1611, Kuch, Bihar, subjugated by the Mongols. 1623, the Ottoman Mustafa recaptures power. 1632, Shah Jahan orders all recently built Hindu temples to be destroyed, ending religious tolerance. 1633, the Ottoman Empire, Venetian War starts. In that same year, conquest of Kania Castle. 1646, Bijapur captured against Muslims, establishing Maratha Empire. 1668, conquest of Castile, Candia by Muslims. In that same year, Ottoman-Venetian War ends. 1673, Bashahi Mosque built in Lahore. 1683, Ottomans besiege Vienna and are defeated in Battle of Vienna. And in that same year, the Grand Vizier Kara Mustafa is executed. 1687, defeat of the Ottomans by Austria at the Second Battle of Mohacs. Let's continue, please. In total, 15 battles, wars, genocides, campaigns, etc. in 85 years, subjugations, oppressions, and enslavement by Muslims of non-Muslims, etc. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. Please share this video and subscribe. Part 5 will come up soon, and please watch parts 1 through all parts, as a matter of fact, all parts, to become knowledgeable of what Muslims have done to non-Muslims in the world war of Islam against the whole of humanity for 1,400 years, all the way up to at this very second, this very moment, it is taking place. Thank you once again, and have a fine day.